Hello, my people. Happy Tuesday. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Yes, guys, let's keep praying for our sister Church Nelly. I haven't heard from her. I hope she's okay. So let's pray for the sister. Yeah, the sister had an intervention, I believe, or is going to have an intervention in these a couple of days around here. So let's please keep her in our prayers. So, guys, just on my streets of social media, what's going on in England? What is going on? Why are people of the UK predicting some kind of weird stuff on June 10th? And also, I wonder why King Charles would bring his fight with his brother out here on the streets. Shouldn't the family matters be private? Or this is just kind of some kind of distraction? Did y'all guys see on the streets of Twitter what was being said about the pedo prince? Apparently he was being thrown out of the mansion where he lives with the 30 bedrooms, and he's being sent to Frogmore, the home that Meghan Markle renovated with her money. So actually Meghan Markle renovated a home where they're sending Harry's uncle to stay. And he said nope. And guess what? I wonder what the UK public really thinks about. This guy is no longer working royal. And he's a pedo. He allegedly had to pay $12 million to Virginia Dupre. Do y'all guys remember that Virginia Dupre? She's Australian, or she's American who lives in Australia. This prince did something to that kid when she was a child. And we saw the picture with Ghislaine Maxwell. And the dude denied knowing the kid, remember? But guess what? There are archives. When you're doing wrong, you won't know. Ask the people who hanging around Diddy. They're going to tell you. Yeah, there are receipts online here with the picture of the kid, a little child. I am not sure what's cooking in that family. So let's listen to the Ministry of Hack, our good Harry supporter, Harry and Meghan supporter. He's a white brother. So y'all listen to what he's saying about this UK thing. There is something. I'm not sure what it is, but we are going to find out. He's predicting something is coming on the 10th of June. But guess what? We got 7 more days, 1 week. I'm counting. Yep. I'm counting. So let's listen to him. Listen.
Guys, because this one is going to be freaking huge. I believe there's a massive announcement coming from the British working royal family on the 10th of June. But before we get into it with a couple of receipts, thank you to everyone that's followed the channel. I'm at my 10,000 limit now. I can't follow you back, but all the love that you're showing to the Ministry of Hacks is really appreciated. The royal family, the working royal family in the UK are clearing out their closets right now. King Charles is giving exclusives to the Times about the power dynamic between himself and Prince Andrew and some of the problems he has trying to get him out of one of the royal properties. This is the start of coming clean on a number of things in preparation for this announcement, which I believe will be on the 10th of June. If I'm wrong, but I'm 80% confident I'm right, and I'll tell you why. I have contacts at a news organisation which is international, focused on digital media, and they are spending like there's no tomorrow to get ready for something happening on this day. By spending, I mean hotels, temporary staff, contractors, hiring vans, brand new equipment. They are spending like there's no tomorrow, and that investment in people, time, processes, and travel is being made for a reason. Comments are open.
Did you all hear that? It's coming from the mouth of the Ministry of Hack, UK. The brother is on TikTok, so y'all go follow him. He announced that he's over the threshold limit for the members on TikTok. So he can't follow you back, but you can follow him. So go ahead, follow the brother. He has some juicy stuff. Yeah, he's going to open the Pandora box here. We're going to learn everything right here. You know, because we don't live in the UK, he's kind of a good source where we're going to kind of go look for all information from the streets of the UK. What's going on? Why would the king bring his dirty laundry in the public with his brother? And why do they have to mention that Frogmore, which was remodeled with Harry and Meghan's money? I believe it is mostly Meghan's money. These people know how to keep people's belongings. So y'all needed to reimburse the money, Meghan's money, the money that she paid to remodel that Frogmore cottage with. Are you guys going to do that? These people have no shame. They like free stuff, freebies. And they do call some of them freebies. They love free stuff. Anyone who can give them free something, they be there. But they do not want Harry and Meghan get free stuff in Nigeria because they want them to have everything. Greedy people, work shy people, lazy asses.
And with the working British royal family this week. Thanks to Kate Mancy for this tweet. This is one of the issues we're going to discuss today. Firstly, and most importantly, further leaks around William not being around with Kate, and one perfect quote that I'm going to use from the Spanish press. William is not around and he's out with his special friend. Note the singular, not the plural. Secondly, Kate and William seen out and about together. No photos. Let's not go there. Third, Prince Andrew has not been a problem since this week. The royal family accepted his behaviour and a payoff of an alleged victim of He has not been a problem. They've kept him within the family. They've paraded him at church. He has not been a problem until this week, when Charles has suddenly decided that he wants Andrew to move into Harry and Meghan's old property, which incidentally they paid for refurbishment of. Why is that happening? Why suddenly now is Andrew a problem when he's never been a problem before, and Charles has admitted this week he's been giving him a personal allowance of over £1 million a year for over a decade? What are the royal family trying to distract us from? Is it, see yesterday's video, June the 10th. I spoke to some people yesterday afternoon, live and direct via video call. They are still on with planning for the 10th. Watch the video if you've not got time. Comments are open.
Yeah, what are they planning? The king has never, did you hear what the Ministry of Hacks UK said? The king has never had any public problems with this guy before, with Andrew. Why right now? Why right now? And I heard some people on Twitter saying the king want to move to that Prince Andrew's home because where he's living is probably also smaller, and the other one, William's home, is also smaller. So both of them are fighting to move into that home there. Apparently, King was giving this allegedly. Oh, Connie Balmer told me. Say allegedly. Yes, allegedly. So allegedly, Charles was paying millions of dollars for that home there where Prince Andrew is staying with those 30 bedrooms in. But there is some other article from those tabloid magazine saying Princess Beatrice and Eugenie are gonna inherit that home, because that home where Prince this Peter is living, it's where their grandmother used to live. Their grandmother or their great grandmother, or their grandmother. She used to live there, and Prince Andrew actually rehabilitated their home with lots of millions of dollars out of his pocket, apparently $12 million. So he does not want to leave that home because he considers that home to be his. And that home actually is some kind of state house that belongs to the UK government. What's the UK monarchy? One or the other. I don't know how those people work. I don't know the separation of power between the UK monarchy and the government. But to me, it's just the same, because a few minutes ago we saw the King of UK, the King of England, told the Prime Minister to dissolve the Parliament. That's what they did. They dissolved the Parliament, and they're going to have the election July 4th on our Independence Day. So we following. Oh, we be following stuff. I tell you, I be reading stuff around. Yep. So I read that somewhere. So that guy has power. So those buildings, those mansions, all those, I believe they belong to the UK government. But like I say, I do not know these people's separation of power. The people who live in the United Kingdom, y'all need to educate us a little bit about your powers there, your government stuff there. So the king was paying his little brother lots of $1 million. The home where he lives, they have to pay rent. I don't know. All those are confusing. So the king was paying millions of dollars for the security, for all those remodeling and all those to maintain the home. Okay? So all of a sudden, everything is changing. He flipped and he went on the social media. On all the magazines, they posted everything on Twitter. That's where I found this one from. And why are you going to ask why we worried about these people? Guess what? Those people worry about Harry and Meghan. Those people do expose Harry and Meghan. And on top of that, Frogmore Cottage was remodeled by Harry and Meghan with the Meghan's money. So that's why we're talking about. And we're going to talk about this monarchy until they're going to leave our sister alone. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about him. I just love Ministry of Hack's presentation about this one here.
More news today from one of the most dysfunctional families in the UK. That's right, we used to look up to the royal family. Now we label them as one of the most dysfunctional families in the UK. You could not make this stuff up. The news today is that King Charles has told Prince Andrew, him of Epstein file fame, no more royal duties, but more importantly, he has to leave his vast house in Windsor Great Park. I'll tell you for nothing, guys, it's not a vast house, it's a vast mansion. There's no other way to describe this building. It looks like something that an internet millionaire or potentially billionaire would buy for themselves. It's not a house, it's a mansion. Comments are open, what do you think?
Yeah, that's the description of that home. It's not a home, it's a mansion. Playboy mansion. Guys, that's what it is. That's what the king is paying for his brother. And meanwhile, they got food banks everywhere. They Brexited, but they can't fix the economy. I know why y'all Brexited, allegedly, from some people. Because y'all wanted to do something for the higher of the throne. Now you're hanging around with some rose bushes. Allegedly. That's what y'all needed to do. Where's the gate? Because had you been in the European Union, everybody would be in your mess right now. You wanted to get out of there so you could do whatever you're doing. Because you can do anything you want. human rights violation. The European Union doesn't like that. So there is only one way to cover your mess. Cover up your mess. Get out of the European Union. Y'all don't know the meaning of that Brexit. It's showing right here. It's playing right in your face. This is the meaning of Brexit. I'm not gonna go into details. This is YouTube. YouTube is a little bit different. Like I told y'all yesterday. This ain't no Fox News. Yeah, here you can't really speak your mind like you want to. I don't want to get fired by YouTube. Keep me work. We need to mind these people's business. Big time. Yep. Now listen to what the Ministry of Heck is saying about the mixed race people and the black people in the UK.
The UK, which you see every single day, but this whole royal family situation is making more visible. We treat mixed race and black people very differently in the UK to white people. And I'll tell you that for nothing. The amount of hate all over X, Twitter, TikTok about words of comfort coming from Meghan and Harry, it's just incredible. You know, despite differences between Catherine and William and Meghan and Harry in the past, and we all know what those differences have been, and mainly fueled by the Kensington Palace PR machine, which is utterly broken now, as we all know. Despite the differences, reaching out in public and a private conversation to wish someone well just shouldn't generate hate. It just shouldn't. And I can absolutely guarantee that if Harry and Meghan were both white individuals, they would not be facing the amount of hate, trolling, nastiness and pettiness that they're facing now on almost every single social media channel. I think people forget that Meghan was a self-made person in her own right before she met Harry. She had a career, a blog. She was a millionaire in her own right. Self-made, brought herself up, using her own skills, her own time and her own money to achieve some great things. Since she met Harry, she's gone on to do even more good things. Some of them supported by Harry, some of them not. She's invested her own money in a cold coffee drinks firm. Smart move, Meghan. I think she's made some other investments as well, which we have no right to know about, but it's her own money that she's investing into other companies, mainly run by women. Good on you. She's also supported Harry hugely with the Invictus Games. She's also done a heck of a lot for charity, completely unpaid, and she has been an advocate for human rights all across the globe ever since she hit the media. I mean, come on, guys, what is not to like? She's also incredibly beautiful, but that's last on the list because you don't want to objectify women. We need to start treating black and mixed race people, whether they are in high society or not, the same as everybody else.
Yeah, did you hear that? That's coming from a white man's mouth. The Ministry of Hack on TikTok. So y'all go check it or check on the brother there. You heard him saying that? But if we say it, they won't like it. You know, when we say good stuff about Meghan Markle, these people say we make stuff up. This is not a little man talking here. He's a matured guy who did his research, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. And he saw y'all guys how you treating Meghan Markle, and he saw y'all guys treating some other people color poorly in the UK. A white man mentioned it. Thank you, brother. Ministry of Hack. God bless you. Yep. So y'all go check on him there on TikTok and follow him. He's doing good thing exposing this UK royals. He did his research thoroughly. Meghan was a UN women ambassador before she became a royal. Before she got married to Prince Harry. She was in her lifestyle tag with lots of millions of people following her. She had millions in her pocket and she was working full time on Suits. She had a career, for God's sake. She was not hanging around yet. She was actually working. And some white people actually know what she was doing. She wanted Rwanda built water wells for the kids, for the little children. We saw her. We knew her before she became royal. The day she was getting married, I really stayed up. The media, everybody was so happy. The black people, we were so happy. Finally, this royal family did forget how they used to treat us. Right now, they kind of raising us to a certain level, considering us human. But boy, I was wrong. It was a show for a few seconds. And they were looking for something to do. When they saw Harry and Meghan rising and are loved by everybody, oh my goodness. Kate and William couldn't deal with that. With their low self-esteem, lack of eloquence and intelligence, they became jealous and started coming up with lots of all the mess. Well, Kate was thinking that home belonged to her and she was going to stay there forever. Now, monarchy. Let's listen to this lady here.
I have been a royal observer since the 1980s. I have a degree in British history. The situation of where is Kate is it has obsessed my mind of trying to figure out what's going on in the House of Windsor. First and foremost, we certainly want Kate to be safe and well, and her well-being of her and her children. We certainly that is what our ultimate goal is. But let's talk about what we know about the House of Windsor, because this is not the fairy tale image that they very much want you to think it is, and that they're very good at projecting. Like we are really good at fairy tales. They are not. They're good at projection, but they are not good at fairy tales. What the House of Windsor is good at is protecting the crown. The House of Windsor will protect the crown at all cost. And when I say at all cost, that means anyone and everyone at all cost. Knowing what had happened with Edward VIII and how Elizabeth's family had to step in and protect the crown, that is the narrative that runs through this family right now. They have to protect the crown at all costs. If that means sacrificing a brother, a loved one, a family member, a wife, whoever, they will do that at all costs to protect the crown. This wasn't giving the Camilla skank smell. It wasn't giving. It was giving us something new. It was giving like something new, but yet something that had been there all along, but maybe we were just being misdirected to not pay attention to the signs. Harry has been telling us all along that there are problems, massive problems brewing in the House of Windsor, so much so that he felt he had to get he and his family out in order to protect them. He also has been telling us that Wills has an anger problem, which is not a surprise knowing the death of his mother and the long line of men in that family who have had massive anger issues. They could trace it back for over a century that this family has got anger issues. What Harry did say is that he also acted on them. Hopefully that's not the case here, and that Kate is okay. But we don't know, and that's the problem. There are rumors that William has had an affair with Rose Handley. There could be, maybe there's allegations that there could be a child. That is not shocking. If you know anything about royal history, that is not shocking. That is actually par for the course. What is new is all the eyes that are on the House of Windsor that can document everything that's going on 24/7 with multiple billions and billions of eyes watching this family. That's what makes this different as a modern court as opposed to a medieval court. If Wills does not get his handle on this, this will be the mark on his on his reign forever. This will be the historical mark, and he has got transparency of who he is instead of the never explain, never complain, because he has traded for so long on the good graces of his mother that we have been blinded to what people have been saying for a long time that we, including myself, have chosen not to listen to. But we need to be paying attention now that there's more going on to this. Hear your thoughts about Kate Middleton.
Yeah, so this is Gen X reference desk on TikTok. That's her. Yeah, so y'all can also follow her. Yeah, she made a point. So, where's Kate? They say they're trooping of color. I don't know. I don't really follow through with these people's stuff. After Meghan left, my brain left that place, and my brain just doesn't like that place. I just don't like to know anything about it. Guess what? We're gonna keep up with their news. So the trooping of color is coming, and Kate ain't gonna be present. What's going on? Guess what? What happened? In the morning that day, before they said Kate is not gonna be at the trooping of color, in the morning they told us Kate was everywhere buying sausage. She was seen by some people. And then in the evening, they came up that some people were bringing flowers at Kensington Palace for her to wish her a quick recovery. And now, which one is the truth? Her being out and about, or the one she is still in the house and people they are bringing her flowers?
So out and about above to a completely different headline with the same content below. Why did it have to change? Let's explore it together. So at 7:51, this was the version of the article that was posted yesterday. At 9:29, a couple of hours later, it was changed to this. Why did Kensington Palace force the Daily Mail to change the headline? A, there's no evidence that Kate's been out and about. We all know that. No CCTV, no photos, no official statement by the royal family or Kensington Palace. B, the royal family have backed themselves into a corner so badly, using the worst strategy ever, that if Kate was out and about, people would start to say, well, why can't she do other stuff? If she's well enough to be out and about, why is she not well enough to do a video update? Why is she not well enough to be seen in public? Why? The strategy deployed by the royal family to cover Kate's awful illness, if we believe what's been printed, has been so poor that whatever the royal family do can't do right. Because whatever they do, whatever path they choose to take on the PR train going forward, they're going to be called out for things that have happened in the past.
This is what I was asking for. I really wanted the UK public to open their eyes. It doesn't matter if it's 1% opening their eyes. Slowly, some people are going to learn from this, because guess what? Human beings are not conditioned to seeing the bad stuff. No. And those people, they keep hearing all the terrible stuff about Meghan Markle over and over and over. Guess what? It's going to change their minds one day. Let's just keep doing the thing. Make our videos and tell the truth. One day, those people are going to start learning the truth. They're going to learn that Meghan is not that bad person. She's not a bad person. Let's listen to what was her name again? The one who did the video, the Kate's video that I posted yesterday. I'm gonna put the continuity of that video there after I'm done with this one here, so y'all could finish our yesterday podcast, because my camera actually died when I was filming it, so that's why it just kind of like went off. And yes, so you're gonna finish the little portion of that video and hear what the lady was talking about, her explanation about everything about Kate Middleton. Yes, so now I'm gonna put a little portion of video. She is philosophia. It's not philosophia, it's a philosophilia. Yes, it's a philosophilia. That's what the philia, the do I need to hemophilia, philosophia? So that's the what do you call it? um the definition of philia. It's something that likes something. So philosophilia in my brain, that's myself dissecting the philosophilia. It's the person who loves philosophy. And hemophilia means the blood that loves the body that loves the body, whatever. Come on, where is the medical terminology people here? But just understand the philia means loving something. I'm just saying. I be defining words. I'm telling you, leave me alone. Hemophilia. Let's go with that. Prince Andrew. I'm just saying.
Toward Meghan Markle.
Okay, let's
not
listen.
Because she's a bad person. Time and again, her friends and colleagues come out on social media and assure us the sustained barrage of animosity toward Meghan Markle is not because she's a bad person. Time and again, her friends and colleagues come out on social media and assure us she's compassionate, capable, and honest. No one who knows her personally seems to have a bad word to say about her, except, it seems, the palace, through and in collusion with the British media. The royals are a codification of British culture, so something big and structural is going on here. Meghan isn't just an American actress who teamed up with the second in line, always the axis of vulnerability for a monarchy, to rock the boat. She's a flashpoint in a battle to save the ancient patriarchy, not just the royal family, but the whole essence of what it signifies and stands on, ancient imperial power itself. Racist, sexist, theocratic, economically exploitative civilization. Yep, if this were a fairy tale, Meghan would be the Witch of the Windsors, the beautiful, troublesome foreign wife, convicted of obscure crimes, locked up in the tower, and then handed over to the people to satisfy their bloodlust after they rejected the adulteration of the tribe. Because to them, Meghan, and I say this with absolute respect for her as a person and as a woman of colour, Meghan represents the ascendance of a once enslaved race into the Royal Britannic bloodline. Shock, horror. For the sane amongst us, this can only be a good thing. Even the Queen, after a moment's wistful reluctance, embraced the just and inevitable and made a point of welcoming Meghan into the fold. But even a queen can't prevent the media-led commodification of racial conflict and cultural upheaval playing out in her own family. If the domestic narrative of the royal family has a civic purpose, it's as a soap opera thrashing out issues of ethics, power and international relations at a personal level. But who's writing the script? Prince Harry's determination to write his own script is clearly something he inherited from his mother. Their passionate belief that the monarchy could be reformed, modernised, democratised, might seem naive, even vain at this point, but the march of history is relentless. Britain, already so much reduced from its imperial prime, is regarded by many as at risk of collapse. If the British monarchy is to survive, it must do what it always has, adapt itself to the ideals of the times. Trouble is, Meghan Markle embodies one ideal while threatening another. I just hope she survives. The sustained...
Yeah, well, she's survived, sister. She's doing great. She's a Marty sister, California, with her family, with her beautiful daughter and handsome husband and the son. She's doing good. Yeah, that racism is being exposed by their own people. They're calling it the way it is. I'm sure they're not liking that. They're not liking to hear those coming from a white woman or a white man. They're just going like, how dare you? We were always right and we should always remain right. White supremacy. These people are sickening. Let's see where you guys gonna end up with all this. It's not looking too good in your home there. It's not looking good in the House of Windsor. Everybody's predicting the fall of the House of Windsor. I wonder this French guy, Nostradamus, that's what you call him. I'm wondering if that prophecy is really going to show up to the end. I don't know if it's the truth, but they said the guy predicted that the Queen Elizabeth was going to die at 96 years old, and it happened, and predicted a bunch of other stuff that apparently all came to the pass. Apparently also predicted the pandemic, but y'all know every 100 years, look at the history, read the history really well. If you check the history of this planet, every 100 years, something comes up with some kind sort of pandemic. Remember the Spanish flu? When was that? 100 years ago. And then we got the one we just had a few minutes around here. After 100 years. And 100 years prior to that, there was some other pandemic that was ravaging these people. Yeah? So let's hope that prophecy is really coming. I can't wait to watch the fall of that house. Because, you know, in my head, that William doesn't really strike me as is going to be any good monarch. Or his son. And you know why his son will never become a king? Because his mother's a commoner. And she ain't around anymore, so. Because you know why? That's my own thoughts. Not coming from nobody's book. In my head, if your mother is really not from the aristocracy family and just getting some people like a James Middleton and all this Hassler family to be part of the king's family, it doesn't really sound too good. And y'all know why allegedly the aristocrat kids did not want to get married to William. Allegedly he has anger issues. You heard it. The other white lady said it. When I'm going to say it won't be good. When I'm going to say it, somebody's going to want to fight me. But the white lady said the same thing. And it's alleged. We don't hang around with William. I don't even know where he lives. He's a prince. I'm a commoner. So I'm reading everything about him here on the social media. Everybody's saying he has temper issues, has anger issues, has all the terrible behavior there. That he doesn't want to see therapists. He could get fixed. But since he thinks he's above it all, what you gonna do? Nothing. What we're just gonna do right now is just watch them and pray. And y'all know what I tell you. The prayer for the enemy, Psalm 109. That's what you read for all your enemies. Because if you're enemy to my sister who's being destroyed by y'all guys here because of her race, means you're doing the same thing to me. So you are my enemy. I don't like you. And I ain't going to pray for good stuff for you. No. If you ask my opinion about all this Missington thing, I'm going to tell you otherwise. I wonder why I'm getting headaches these days, and here my headache started again. So I'm going to stop this video right now, and I'm going to continue with this juicy video and bring you more white sisters and brothers here. They got lot to say. So I want to bring some of them here so y'all guys could listen and hear what they're really saying about our beautiful sister Meghan Markle. God bless all of them. God bless all those people who are not racist. any race out there who's not racist towards us is gonna be our brother and sister. But if you're gonna be against us, then we ain't gonna be your nobody. We're gonna pray bad stuff for you and your generation. Please subscribe to Isabella Back, subscribe to my channel and all the Sussex friendly channels.
Fears about Catherine's absence, but I watched quite a few analyses of the video, and between them they looked at everything. There's the timing of the release, a hearsay report from one outlet, a bit of bystander video from another, plant the idea, provide the evidence, tidy, effective, professional. There's the oddness of this very performative little outing, the way the William figure keeps his capped head down, while the Kate figure, trademark hair rippling as she strides ahead, laughs back at William, lifts her smiling face slightly toward the camera, then modestly lowers it again. Yet somehow no little knots of locals have gathered to greet the princess after her very public, extended...
I mean, seriously, people. Come on.
And between them they looked at everything. There's the timing of the release, a hearsay report from one outlet, a bit of bystander video from another, plant the idea, provide the evidence, tidy, effective, professional. There's the oddness of this very performative little outing, the way the William figure keeps his capped head down, while the Kate figure, trademark hair rippling as she strides ahead, laughs back at William, lifts her smiling face slightly toward the camera, then modestly lowers it again. Yet somehow no little knots of locals have gathered to greet the princess after her very public, extended absence and illness. No one yells, "Welcome back, Your Highness," or gets out their phone to take a picture. And how long would their errand have taken? 10 minutes at least. Yet no other footage of this startling, headline-making appearance exists. It's almost as if people up close thought, "Yeah, nah, looks like her, but it's not her," and went back to their burgers. So, could it be Kate? I'm not convinced. There's the height differential, but that might be a matter of distance and perspective. Her legs seem different, though. Kate's long and lean, but she has curves. This woman is straighter, more high-waisted. Then there's also how strikingly young and healthy she looks, how much leaner and pointier her jaw. Derisive comparisons have been made with the squarish face of the woman in the car with Kate's mother a week or two earlier. And then there's Heidi Agan, the professional Kate Middleton impersonator. The more I looked at pictures of Kate, pictures of Heidi, pictures of other Kate impersonators, the more this looked to me more like Heidi. Heidi has denied it, so maybe it isn't. But then, in this context, if it was, she'd be contractually bound and well paid to say it wasn't. And if it wasn't, it still didn't look entirely like Kate. Surely I'm mistaken, I thought to myself. A body double? I don't like conspiracy theories. There's got to be some other explanation. Remember, this was before the cancer announcement. Maybe, I thought, this really is Kate Middleton, with a facelift, a lilt in her stride because she's feeling beautiful and looking 10 years younger than she did last year. Maybe it's not a look-alike hired to do a trip to the shops, coached to look up just past that car so buggerlugs with the phone could get 3 good seconds of her smile, but insufficiently coached in how to look like she's past 40 and still recovering from abdominal. Yet, for even light duties to help out a monarch in need, I honestly didn't know what to think. Most people seemed quite happy to accept that this putative sighting was yet more proof Catherine is fine, but I couldn't quite allay my concerns. Soon I was saying, surely if it was her, they'll be planning some sort of relaunch now. Will she finally front the cameras, maybe do a soft interview? Or will the next thing be a deep fake? And along comes the Windsor Garden video. Now, I don't have the resources
or the skills to detect whether this video made by BBC Studios is a deep fake. But I do hope powerful people who do are checking this, because it nicely fits the format. I mean, look at her. What an absolute champion. What a transcendent role model for the cancer community. What an icon of indomitable British womanhood. The princess says she's begun chemo. She looks pale, but serene, immaculate. Her hair is perfect as ever. Seems a little odd that William isn't by her side, but that's William for you. I suppose if this were to be exposed as AI, he couldn't afford to be seen to have collaborated, could he? We can only await independent expert verification of its authenticity. Meanwhile, if you want an independent expert who thinks it's AI, you could start with this ninja nerd. And so we continue to wonder, will Catherine emerge in a few days, weeks, months, with or without a headscarf? Or will she, God forbid, never appear live in public again, and according to the official narrative, tragically succumb to her illness at some carefully curated moment in the future? I'm not saying that I believe that the BBC Studios video is a deep fake and that Catherine, Princess of Wales, is no longer with us. But I also don't believe the inconsistent, obfuscatory, clumsily cobbled narrative we're being fed through overly mediated channels. I don't think we have enough hard evidence to believe anything concrete about the current condition of the Princess of Wales, and that worries the hell out of me. The royal family owes the people of the UK and the Commonwealth more than this. Produce the princess, verifiably alive, or face the consequences of the British monarchy's growing reputation for opacity, ruthlessness, and the chronic scandalous mistreatment of royal wives. Surely your immunity from state inspection of life's most intimate moments is not also immunity from state investigation.
Yeah. So this video was speculation video about everything that's happening to Kate Middleton. Those people had more details than we did have here in America. So they gave all the details. So y'all guys, what are your thoughts? Please drop your comments here below. Please subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Isabella Beck's channel, subscribe to my channel, to all Sussex friendly channel. I have no comments right now. Everything I wanted to say, they said it. These two people said it. So drop your comments. I love y'all. Have a good day.